Hi everyone, this is Ife from NS Porter Get Fixed section. We are pleased to have here today with us Mr. Thaddeus Lawrence, an ultramarathoner from Singapore. He will speak to us on his recent experience in the Atacama Desert Ultramarathon and to share with us his tips on how to keep an active and healthy lifestyle. So now I should make a call to him. Let's see whether it's...
Hello?
Hello, Thaddeus.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, alright.
So your recorder thing is on already, is it?
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the questions out first.
Okay.
Okay, maybe before I get the questions out, maybe can you just give a short introduction of like why you run and why do you have that interest in running?
Wow. What, you talking about the race or just general?
Just general lah, like when you start to pick up running and then how do you actually go into running such long distances? I mean, surely you have to start like short 2.4 then.
Well, the reason why I started running in the first place, or the reason why I started with short runs is because I set the goal to do these desert races. So before this, I was not a runner. I didn't really, have a consistent sort of fitness regime until I wanted to go out to the desert. So it was the goal that came first, and therefore it got me to exercise on a regular basis.
Oh, okay. Then, okay, for this Atacama Desert, I'm sure it's tough, like, but what is the toughest part about actually running in an ultra marathon? Is it the physical part or the mental aspects?
Well, they said in these races, first you run with your legs, then you run with your head, then you run with your heart. So, every pursuit in life, including fitness and running, there's an element of mental. So mental toughness is the key component in a pursuit. So
Okay.
even if you're running a short run, like say, I do 2.4.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so 2.4 it seems like okay, not long enough for any endurance.
Yeah, that's true.
But in training for your 2.4,
Yep.
it takes a lot of mental toughness.
Yeah, that's right.
So how do I make sure that every week I put in the time and effort to go and run? And even though sometimes when I have the time, what's going to get me to put on my shoes and put on the kit and go and run as opposed to slouching?
Yeah, I can see that, but that's normally a problem with a lot of people where they have like work commitment and all this, and they really have to have that self-discipline to stick to a training regime, you see. I'm sure you have like work commitments and other commitments also to actually definitely the commitment to train for that ultra marathon, which is 250 kilometer at least, right? Is more than training for just a 2.4 or even say a 10 kilometer race.
It's the same thing, right? It's about what's important. So for some people, a 2.4 is a big thing, right? If they don't exercise,
that's
for some
right.
people, they run a 10 kilometer race, it's a huge thing.
Yep.
For them, 10 kilometers is really counted as endurance.
Yep.
Right? It's not the distance that counts, it's about how they actually see it.
Yep.
So if I look at these races, for example, there are mothers of old children, of young children.
Yep.
There are old people, there are young people, there are students, poor people, there are rich people, there are CEOs, managing directors, and there are, so across the entire spectrum, your social, economic spectrum, your occupational spectrum, there's everyone there.
Yep.
So these people are all busy. These people are not necessarily loaded. So whatever kind of reasons or excuses that people typically come up with, I can't train 2.4 because I got work commitments. Well, these guys who went for a 250 kilometer race, do a triathlon, also got work commitments.
That's right.
If you say you got family to look after, well, so do they. If you say money is the issue, well, so do they have. So I think those are external circumstances. The question is, do they rule us or do we rule them?
Yeah, that's true. But definitely you must have a source of motivation to actually to run, right? You cannot be just alright, I think we just run. There must be something pushing us to run that distance. Like
I think we look at like sources of motivation. You can look at it in terms of three levels. On one level is interest.
Yep.
right?
Mm.
Some people are motivated to do things because they're interested in it, right? Some people are go and run or go and train in running because they have an interest. Those who don't have interest, or maybe interest is a big thing, will be the second source of motivation, which is value. So what's the value of doing something like this?
Mm.
Right? So, I mean, we all know, the value is, okay, maybe I get gold, I get $400, get silver, $200, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know, is that valuable
That's
enough?
right.
Right? So $400 to some people is like, subsoilo, you know, people like that, what? Right? For some people, $400 is like, wow, hey, you know, half my month's salary.
But actually, $400 is like quite a good motivation already, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, the $400 is just $400. It's what is the value to the person, right?
That's right.
Same thing with these races. Like, what do people get out of running a 250-kilometer race? And different people sign up for different reasons. So there's some sort of value in it to them, right? For other people, it could be, the value could be health. You know, like, you know, especially for those who may have had some sort of a health issue in the past. You know, to them keeping fit is important. It's value because they don't want a recurrence of, you know, ill health.
Their illnesses and all this. There must be a very dramatic incident that actually forced them to change their lifestyle.
Yeah, it could be dramatic incidents, or maybe it gets to a point where life they realize, hey, bloody hell, I'm 40 years old already, you know, I notice nowadays I go out and drink, cannot tahan already, you know, next day cannot go and work, and you see that body deteriorating. So, you know, then they say, okay, no, I'm going to go, I'm going to do something different. So yesterday I was with a friend, you know, and he goes out to drink, you know, fairly regularly.
Yep.
Doesn't get drunk or whatever, but he goes out and drink, but he said, hey, you know what, we are going to cut now. I say, how come? Hey, realize your body cannot handle already.
Cannot handle as many pints of beer already, right?
You know, like the stomach really getting a bit heavy, then plus like the energy levels the next day really get affected.
Yeah, but sometimes I really like wonder like why these people must wait until when they have faced some adverse effects already, right? Then they started to ponder about changing. Why don't people like start early and actually take care of their health?
That's the push factor, man.
Yeah.
Right? People get pushed, or either they get pulled towards something.
Yep, that's true.
So if you tell someone, hey, you know, when you go and do this, you go and like you know, like quit smoking, go and quit smoking, and then, you know, enjoy good health. They can't see the good health. But if they kena heart attack, then they can feel the heart attack, and then they get pushed away by it.
That's true.
You know, there are different levels of motivation. So we look at interest one, we look at value the other one. Now we look at self-belief. Right? A lot of people, they think cannot make it.
Yep.
Right? It's like,
That's
walao,
right.
You know, I've been running how many years already? Reservist, 20 years already. Then, walao, I never get silver before. Now, you give me this $400 gold, so it doesn't apply to me.
Yeah, it's actually like what I agree totally with you. It's like how much value do you actually place on the activity itself, you see?
Yeah. So for some people, even they might see value in it, but they have no self-belief. They think that it cannot be done.
That's why I think you are the best person to actually give that self-belief to those people, right, who don't talk about 2.4, you see, because 2.4 is just like a mandatory fitness test. But actually, if you are talking about just maintaining a healthy lifestyle, right, an active lifestyle, the best person would be you, you see. You see, they don't need to do ultra marathons like you to maintain that active lifestyle. That's a bit crazy already. Am I right? They just need to put in like 30 minutes of run or even play games or what. So how do you think these people actually can really go and find the values in doing?
What gets them to do the 30 minutes of games in a week? So it could be, hey, you know, if I spend 30 minutes, maybe I do something with my girlfriend now.
Yeah, actually that's true.
I spend some quality time with my girlfriend. We do inject some vitality into our relationship. Do something different. Yeah, we go and play tennis or we go and go rollerblading. Right? That's one thing. Otherwise, there must be something at the end of it. Otherwise, there's no reason for them to do, right? Nobody's going to wake up and go like, hey, I go out for a jog today.
Yeah, precisely.
Right? For those who don't already do it. For me, now I go for a jog. Now that I've finished the 4 desert races.
Yes.
Right? There's nothing.
Do you still have one more? I thought you have the Antarctica or?
Antarctica was last year. So
last year.
all 4 deserts already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if we look at this, right, I go like, okay, look, so I picked up running because I had a goal, which was the 4 deserts.
That's right.
Now that I've completed 4 deserts, by right, there's the goal finished already.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no need for me to run already,
That's right.
But because I was running while training for 4 deserts, I discovered
the passion for running.
Yeah. So the running last time was to serve a purpose,
Yeah.
right? After that, I discovered, hey, there's some fun out of running.
Yeah, precisely, yes.
You know? So from then now that I finished the sport, I still go and run because I enjoy it.
It becomes a habit, right? Like you can't
It's
live,
a habit.
you can't live without running. You feel strange, lah.
Yeah. And it's a positive habit,
Yeah, correct.
right? So now I go and run, and it's like, I feel free. I feel light. That's how I kind of I ease my mind.
But you surely you have put in a lot of tough training, and the mileage that you clock surely exceeds any like normal people out there running. Then how do you actually, what kind of tips do you have for those people, right, to keep yourself injury free and to actually put in those mileage on a very consistent basis just because you take care of your health? Like,
I think number one is to really enjoy it. Because if you go out, right, and even though running might serve a purpose, which is like whether going to desert or get cold or whatever it is, if you go in there as a chore, it will get tiring.
Yep, that's right.
Right, and if you go in there as a chore, example, when I go and run, you are doing it you're pushed by stress, right? So there's tension, and this will show up in the body.
Yep.
And if your body is going to move with tension and stress, you will increase your chances of injury. That's number one. Number two is so number one, still staying number one is, so if you go out and then if you